expanding single brackets and simplifying with adamonlinetutoring. Here are the beginner questions. These are some of the easiest questions that you're likely to find on this topic. You can expand or remove brackets by multiplying everything inside the brackets by the letter or number in front. In this case, the number we have in front is 5. We can start by multiplying this by the first term inside the bracket, which is m. 5 times m is 5m. Next, we can multiply the 5 by the next term inside the bracket, which is negative 2. 5 lots of negative 2 is negative 10. And outside of the bracket, we have plus 6. So putting this onto the end. That's the expanding part of the question complete. We've now removed the brackets, but we are also able to simplify by collecting like terms. 5m does not have any other like terms, but we'll be able to collect like terms with negative 10 and plus 6. So this would leave us with 5m, and negative 10 plus 6 is negative 4. So the final answer would be 5m minus 4. For the next question, we have 2a plus 5b outside, so let's keep this the same. And then we have our bracket, where we have a positive 3 in front of the bracket. Multiplying this by the first term, 3 times a is 3a. Secondly, multiplying 3 by negative b would leave us with negative 3b. Just like before, I can collect like terms. We have a few more like terms now. I can collect 2a with positive 3a, and I can also collect 5b with negative 3b. 2a plus 3a is 5a, and then 5b take away 3b is positive 2b. So the final answer would be 5a plus 2b. On to the intermediate questions with a slight increase in difficulty. This time we have multiple sets of single brackets. Starting with the first one on the left hand side, I'll need to multiply 2 by x, 2x. 2 multiplied by positive 1 would be plus 2. Now I can move on to the single bracket on the right hand side. I need to do positive 3 multiplied by x plus 3x, and then positive 3 multiplied by positive 2, which would be plus 6. 2x will collect with 3x to give us 5x, and 2 plus 6 is 8, leaving us with a final answer of 5x plus 8. On to the second question. 4 multiplied by 2a is 8 lots of a. 4 multiplied by positive 3 would give us plus 12. Now with the single bracket on the right hand side, we actually have negative 3 in front of the bracket. Always attach the sign that's in front of the number. So most people do get this bit correct, where we do negative 3 multiplied by a to give us negative 3a. But then people forget that we're actually doing negative 3 multiplied by negative 2 for the last term. And a negative times a negative will actually give us a positive 6. 8a subtract 3a is 5 lots of a. And then 12 plus 6 is 18. So 5a plus 18. On to the advanced questions. These are some of the trickiest types of questions that you're likely to find on this topic. Firstly, we have 2p multiplied by p, which is 2 lots of p squared. Next, 2p times q, which would be 2pq. Then remembering we have a negative q multiplied by p, which would be minus pq. And lastly, we have a negative q multiplied by a negative q again. So this would leave us with a positive q squared. 2p squared will not collect with any other like terms. We have a 2pq, which we'll be able to collect with negative pq. So this would be the same as 2pq minus 1pq, which will just leave us with 1pq. But we don't need to put the 1 in front, so it would just be plus pq. And lastly, we have a q squared, which will not collect with any other like terms. On to the final question. We have 5e multiplied by e, which is 5e squared. Then we have 5e multiplied by f, 5 lots of ef. Similar to before, we have a negative term in front of the bracket, so minus 2f multiplied by e would be negative 2ef. And lastly, we're timesing that negative 2f by negative f, which would leave us with positive 2f squared. So 5e squared will remain by itself. We'll be able to collect like terms by doing 5ef take away 2ef, which will leave us with 3 lots of EF. And then lastly, we have 2F squared by itself. Before you go, pause the video and take a look at the solution which I've provided for a question. See if you can spot the mistakes and either tell me what they are or make some corrections in the comments below.
Thanks for watching. If you found that video useful, don't forget to hit the like button and leave a comment. If you're struggling with maths or finding topics difficult, you can subscribe and turn on notifications to receive regular updates about new video tutorials. Don't forget to visit my website adamonlinetutoring.com for a full searchable list of all topics with exams, questions and solutions. You can also visit me on social media using the handle @AdamMathsTutor on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook and Twitter. All links in the description below.